Yes, thank you. My name is Namdi. I'm a fashion designer. I'm the founder of Ikesenti, which is a fashion brand that I started 14 years ago. I was born in England, but I now live here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. I've called this my home. Yeah, so one day I was walking around in Bristol. I was looking for something to wear, and I realized how prior to that I had struggled finding the kind of wear that suits me. And a question popped up in my mind: I bet fashion designers don't have this problem. I thought to myself, how do you become a fashion designer anyway? And that seed got planted in me, and as time went on, and the long and short is that I realized that I had the vision of creating something within me, and that's how this came about. How do I approach designing new pieces? I just feel it. In moments of quietness, I could be doing something, it could be having a shower, it could be eating something, it could be having a walk, and I just feel inspirations that come through to me. Colors come through to me, fabric and the way form looks comes through to me. I see what people are wearing. I just kind of feel it. It's very difficult to explain, but I don't do it because someone else does it. I just do it because it's coming straight out of me, and if that's happening, I feel someone out there, wants it. What role does it play? For starters, there are lots of other creative people like me, and especially here in New Zealand. I kind of feel that what I'm doing, I become a pioneer, and I become an outlet for young designers to be able to realize their dreams. But also, seeing people wear my designs and the joy it brings to them. There are lots of other things, but I enjoy that my product can make someone happy. To be brave and to be true to their vision, and to realize that when that vision comes through, that there's a lot of factors that go through to actually bringing that into reality. So persevering and realizing above all that they are just having fun. So I like to have fun. Just have fun, and then the rest, the universe brings the rest and makes it happen for you. What do I do? I love driving. I love just going out for a drive. But then I got into dancing about 3 years ago. So dance is another aspect for me. It's another outlet for me. I love the energy. You're not going to ask me that question.
I know the answer.
Oh my God, okay, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
I haven't asked it, Martin. I've always wanted one. And I feel a lot of joy when I get into at the end of that, staring them out there, just driving and stuff. Apart from that, I love Formula One. I love machines. I love listening to that beautiful sound. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very interesting question. And, the last few years has been really interesting. There's been COVID, there's been, most recently the floods here in New Zealand. I just remind myself, the joy of what I'm doing. I remind myself why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it because of money. I'm not doing it because of fame. I'm just doing it because it brings a lot of joy to me. If I don't do this, what else? So I always get back and dig into myself. How did it all start? Where are we going with this? Why are you doing this? So I do that a lot of times, and I just remind myself. So this was back in Bristol, because this started in Bristol. And I remember we had designed the first packaging for it was Ike at the time, it's now ikesenti. And I had this packaging right here in my hands, and I was looking at it, that had been made for me in Spain. I was like, oh my God, this was a thought in my head at one point, but now it is here. And that was proof to me that nothing's impossible, So it was the joy of actually seeing the journey of that creation to what it has become, what it became that day. And yes, I think that was a great moment for me. it's interesting because my life didn't start as a fashion designer. I have done all sorts of things. At one point, I used to be in sales, and I had had all these jobs that I didn't know the reason why I was doing them. But now it makes a lot of sense. Not only am I a fashion designer, but I also understand that this is a business. I don't get my head in the cloud with, designing stuff. So I have all this going on, within me. So I'm kind of a hybrid of a, businessman and a fashion designer. Why New Zealand? I love New Zealand. I love the light in New Zealand. I love the space in New Zealand. I love the weather in New Zealand. It's like another home for me. So I was born in the UK, being of West African origin. Coming here was not an accident. It's a very long story, but the long and short of it is that I knew I was coming here, and I knew there was a reason I needed to be here. And now, as I'm walking this journey with Ikesenti, I now know why New Zealand has become my home. Yeah, it's quite an enormous task. Of actually building a brand. So when you hear the likes of Gucci, Christian Louboutin, you gotta doff your hats for those people. What they've built today, and those are my mentors. So wherever anyone can actually have the opportunity to come into contact with my brand, I'm open to. But most at the moment, we have been developing this here in New Zealand and Australia, and we've done a little bit in the UK, but Canada, the United States, and some countries in Europe are countries I want to get into, to get this brand into, and then Africa. The world is just, it's a massive global innovation, but the thing for me is to have fun. I want to have fun with it. When people come in contact with a brand, it's fun for them. From a fashion perspective, Christian Louboutin inspires me. I love his story, and just listening to him speak and the way he studied the woman and studied his product and how the woman interacts with his product, you can tell straight away that he's having fun. So he inspires me. Other people who inspire me, Ralph Lauren. I love Gucci, Versace. I love Versace. So yes. So from the fashion perspective, yes, those people inspire me. I love what Karen Walker has done. I love Trillis Cooper. Trillis Cooper really, when she started, and I love her style. I love her personal, she does what she wants to do. So those are the people I look forward to. Yeah, so I would say in the last 3 years, the brand has come into what it is. Previously, I would put myself different, this is Nandi, this is Ikesenti, and then I realized, hang on a second, there is actually no difference here. I am Ikesenti is me. So the moment I started applying my essence to design, I realized the brand just came into its own. When you look at the actual products, you can see the synergy between my West African roots and my English roots, my British roots. So those things I've brought together in my design. And I've created a unique design that I haven't come across here in New Zealand, nor have I come across anywhere in the world. We go for sustainable materials, and we go for materials that are mindful of Mother Earth. We use cow leather. And the way the cow leather is actually processed, and the factories and the way they create it, that ensures that we bring sustainability into what we're doing. I always make a point, if I'm going to work with a factory going forward, I always make a point of going to visit the factory and actually walking through the factory and seeing the way they treat the work people and the workforce they use. Mother Earth is providing all this inspiration to here, so we need to be mindful that we give back. We need to be mindful that if we're sustainable, then we are in this circle that sustains this life. It's my target. It's really that woman who wants to be stylish and realizes that style is actually very personal. They see something they like, and within themselves they think, "Oh gosh, I love that." That first reaction of "This is beautiful," and they're not going to go, "Oh my God, can I wear that color or can I not wear that color? Are people wearing that color?" They are really out there to want to stand out. They want to be individuals. They want to be bold. They want to be stylish. Those are the people that I design for. There have been a lot of them. I suppose when I started out, I didn't have any money, but I had this vision. I had designed this pair of shoes, and at the time it was a men's range actually. I had designed this beautiful kind of suede shoes that was green in color because that was what came through to me, and that particular collection did not float at all, and I thought to myself, okay, realistic here, who am I designing for? And that was when I made a switch from a men's design brand to a ladies design brand, and here I am, here now. I do go to fashion shows. There's a big show that happens in Italy every year. It's called the Mecum. It happens twice a year. So whenever I'm able to actually go to one of those, I tend to go, and that keeps me abreast of what all the other brands are doing. So any fashion brand that is any brand anywhere in the world, that's the show where they actually come to. And I also look at catwalks. New Zealand Fashion Week is coming very soon in August. I'm definitely going to be there to see what's happening here in New Zealand. So I look at catwalks. So every time we want to design a range, we are mindful of what's actually happening in the world, the colors that are going on, and then we combine that with our inspiration and create something unique for ikesenti. A design that is true to the essence that brought it. The essence is that vision has actually come from the deep. It hasn't come because you're trying to copy something else. If you look at the likes of Fly London, or you look at Doc Martens, you can see that those styles have been going on for years because that whoever that inspiration came through to was true to the essence of that inspiration. I'm looking at, I want to get into the realms of unisex. I want to be able to design something that I can even wear myself because I can't wear any of my designs. So slowly edging to start catering for men as well. So that's something I will come in the future. I see the brand really developing the whole of New Zealand, Australia, going into Canada, the United States, going back to the UK. But I also see as collections evolving into unisex and then embracing the men's collections as well. Yeah, so over the last, I say 3-4 years, with what's really been happening in the world, especially with the advent of COVID, and that has changed the playing field for a lot of organizations. I realized that actually bricks and mortar was not really the best way to get my brand out there. Everyone has a laptop or they have a phone. There's the internet, there's Instagram, there's, you name it, all those platforms that are the avenue for people to get in touch with the brand and buy things. I'm thinking, why not build a truly online luxury brand? And that's kind of where I'm sort of focused. And of course, there are stockists out there who will be keen to take on the brand, and that could be the touch point for my customers if they want to touch the product and feel the shoes and the handbags. But yes, I think building an online brand is key for ikesenti.